Hello, everyone. My name is Sarafi, and I'm happy to meet you all. Today, I'm joined with my colleague, the Gravekeeper Guru, also known as Chrome, and we'll be talking about some more Rush Duel content. Chrome?
Hello. Yeah, hello everyone. Nice to be here again.
Yes, sir. Okay, so Chrome, I know it's been a couple weeks now, but you did not have a chance to give everyone your take on day one. So let's hear it. What do you think about Rush Duels? What was your initial impression when they first came out?
Okay, it was mixed, but not for the reasons normal war launches that are mixed. I think that as far as content and as far as a release to a new game, they handled it the best way they could. They being Konami, of course. Let me elaborate. So, the box itself is great. Okay, all the URs are cards you want to have as many copies of. You want to have um, you want to have all the boss monsters, of course. You want to have Seven Magician. You want to have Dragias. You want to have Kuribot, which impressed a lot of the CG players and Duel Links players because it looks like a dumb card on surface, but it's really strong at this stage of the game. And not only that, they gave us two copies of a very solid structure deck for free, which gives you a playable deck, not an optimal one, but a playable deck, and it gives you some staples like Torna, which is a very strong card this early in the game. Uh, they did remove some back row support from the top decks of the original game, which were Spellcasters and Dragons, which I think is good. It tried to level up the experience, level up, bring the experience to so where most decks are at the same level, which creates a very healthy meta. There are very few decks to play, but most of them are usable to some extent. There's no deck, with one clear exception, that feels the worst and just unplayable, which is the healthiest stage to launch a game. What
Okay,
I do think
hold on.
makes it mixed. Yeah, go ahead.
Looks like we have another surprise visitor. Hello, Shuri.
Hello.
Hey, Shuri. So Chrome and I are currently recording a Fools Rush In podcast. Do you want to join us?
Yeah, sure, I'll join.
Great, fantastic.
I'll see for the duels, but I'll join for this as well.
All right, cool. So, everyone, this is Little Shuriken, the TG guru, Tech Genus guru. And if you want to duel,
Hello.
then absolutely, after we're done recording, then I'll take you on, no problem.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's do this.
All right,
Let's
so
do it.
so Shuri, have you played any Rush Duels yet?
I've played like a few hours probably, not too much.
Okay. Did you go into the box at all, or have you just been using the free structure deck?
Just free structured. I got bought the free structure, and then I bought the one with gems, and then I used my free pools. I actually got a Seventh Road Magician, which was pretty lucky, and it works pretty well in my deck.
Nice.
But other than that, that's pretty much all I have. I've only spent like 500 gems in total for the structure deck, and I've just been playing around in bronze.
Mhm. Okay.
You know,
So how do you like the lightning shift skill then?
oh, it's it's cool. I like it. I like the design. It's not really like one of those broken skills that you might see. So it's just like an assistant skill that helps you out. It's not like it doesn't pilot the deck for you. Something not like something like bonds illuminates.
Yeah.
So it's really I kind of like the design. It's simple, effective. It assists you. It's good. It's a good skill.
Yeah. Okay. So you're playing what you have Lightning Bolt Condor. You have two copies of Lightning Bolt Condor, two copies of Darkness Crested Hawk, and then one copy of Seven's Road, and then I guess two copies of Torn of the Windweaver, right?
Yay, those.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So Lightning Bolt Condor and the Lightning Shift skill are a lot of fun. I definitely like being able to return, like summoning the parrot, using the parrot's effect, tributing it, then getting it back, and using Volt Condor to just blast all my opponent's attack points away. Can be pretty fun, especially with Seven's Row getting so much attack points. If you got like Seven's Row with like 2900 to 3000 attack points, and then your opponent's monster has like zero attack points, then you could probably just kill them. Um, the game definitely gets easier when you get pierced though.
I'm waiting for to see what the future has in store because I'm kind of thinking that the first box isn't gonna be as good as soon as like more boxes come out. Kind of like how the first box in Duel Links isn't as good as it is right now. So I'm just holding on to my gems to wait for something cooler.
Okay,
I think,
well, Chrome probably has an opinion on that. So Chrome,
yeah,
can you tell Shuri a little bit about Seven's Robe Magician and Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius in the future?
exactly. Basically, I think this box is worth going into, specifically because of those two cards. Um, Dragias is by far the strongest card in the game. That is just a fact. And it is going to be like that for a little while. It is
Hmm.
not going to change for a little while. That's for one. Secondly, the other thing is Seven's Road Magician is also one of the top dogs of the format right now, but it has the bonus of it ages spectacularly, even more so than other cards here.
So
To be
Hmm.
let me
precise,
explain a little bit, okay? So
yeah.
so you've got those two cards, right? They're pretty good right now. They've got the ability to attack multiple times, the ability to get a large amount of attack points. Dragius is the way that you end games, and Seven Zero Magician is the way that you clear big threats. Both of those very respectable cards, but they have fusions that are coming later, and those fusions require these monsters as materials, and those fusions are extremely good. So let's take a look at a couple of the upgrades to Dragius that we're going to see in the future. So,
Whoa.
so we have, let's see, Luke's Ace Fusion Monster, which is, if it will load, Hyperstrike Dragon, Hyperstrike Dragon Dragia Star F, which is a light high
That's
dragon
it.
fusion monster. Yep. It requires all the monsters in your graveyard to be high dragons or dragons, so you can't play it in a spellcaster deck. But you send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and you get one of two effects. Either it gains 900 attack points, and it can make up to two attacks on monsters. So 3,900 attack points and two attacks on monsters. Or it can attack twice, and it has piercing. So attacking twice means that it can attack directly.
God damn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because it's a high dragon and not a dragon, that means that it's not affected by cards like Phantom Bind, which would reduce the attack points of the monster based on the number of dragons you had in your graveyard.
Impressive. That's one of the that's definitely a card. It's
Yep. So if you like the idea of playing big light dragons, and Luke's entire thing is that he's basically Kaiba that made it, right? He's Kaiba except that he beats Yugi all the time. Um, And then, okay, so let's look at Seven's Road. So Seven's Road has a lot of fusions. We'll go with Seven's Paladin to start with because that's the one we're likely to get first.
Hmm.
Seven's Paladin is a magical knight, so it is not a spellcaster. 2,900 attack, 2,400 defense. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and either this card gains attack equal to the number of different attributes in both players' graveyards times 400 until the end of the turn, or you could shuffle one monster from your graveyard into your deck and then draw a card.
I think I'm lagging.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm lagging.
Can you see my screen?
I'm currently lagging out right now.
Dang. Okay.
This is so sad.
All right, well that's unfortunate. You wanna hop off and hop back on, see if that fixes it.
Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I fixed it. There we go.
Okay, cool. All right, so can you see my screen now?
Yes, I can. And that's a sick ass card art.
Yep. So Seven's Paladin, you mill the top card of your deck, and then it gains attack equal to the number of different attributes in both players' graveyards times 400. So if you have 6 attributes among both players' graveyards, it goes up to 5,300 attack points. And then you can also, if you don't need to battle this turn, you could shuffle a monster from your graveyard into your deck to draw a card.
Hmm.
And then,
I think
go
I
ahead.
think the Dragius fusion was pretty cool. Cooler than this one.
Yeah, but we have the ace monster of the entire anime, which
Yep.
is Seven's Gios, the Magical Dragon Knight. This card is a fusion of the two of them, a fusion of Seven's Robe Magician and Multi-Strike Dragon Dragius. It's a level 10 Magical Knight with 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. And if your opponent has a face-up level 7 or higher monster on their field, you send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and either this card gains attack equal to the number of different types, not attributes, in your graveyard times 700, and it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters. So if you have like, let's say you have 7 different types in your graveyard, that's 4,900 attack points. Um, or you could destroy all face-up cards on the field, which I know that you like Black Rose Dragon effects.
Oh, wow. Wait, all face-up cards? Does that include itself or all
It
other face-up
it does
cards?
include itself. It's a Black Rose Dragon for face-ups.
Hmm. Is there a way to? There's not really a way to bring it back, is there?
Well,
Is
Monster Reborn is in the game.
ah,
Monster Reborn is in the game, and you gotta think the way this card is played and the way it became a problem is because you make it with a card called Wonder Fusion.
It is not called Wonder Fusion.
Seven's Wonder Fusion, which is the closest we get to Miracle Contact or Miracle Fusion.
Yeah, so Seven's
Uh,
Wonder
huh.
Fusion summoned by shuffling monsters from your field and or graveyard into the deck, including Seven's Robe Magician.
so it could
You know,
use
I was wondering because that's like those two materials are kind of expensive, and then I was thinking like, hey, there's polymerization in this game. Like, how
yeah,
are you really gonna spend like 3 resources to blow up your own card to help your own?
basically polymerization isn't the game, but it's a legend. What people
Hmm.
use to fusion normally is fusion.
So polymerization exists, but it's a legend card. So if you play it, then you can only play one copy of it, and you can't play any other legend spells like Monster Reborn. Um, but if you play Fusion, Fusion requires you to play. Fusion requires you to have the materials on the field face up. Um, so
Hmm.
uh, that's a little bit easier to do in a game where you can tribute summon uh, as part of your turn. But you're right. Summoning Seven's Gias and then destroying your board would be quite costly to you if you were just playing Fusion. But if you play Seven's Wonder Fusion, you just shuffle those 2 cards into your graveyard, and that's just 1 card out of the 5 cards in your hand, right? You bring it back, you destroy the
Yeah.
entire board, then you have 4 cards left to try and go for lethal. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, and the way this card kind of breaks the rush meta is because it is because of Wonder Seven's Wonder Fusion, because of the effect of Dragia, Seven's Gears. It is really easy to just make a seven's if your opponent overcommits and fills their board with level 7 or higher monsters. You can just make a Seven's Gears without expending much resources. Just a single card, a Wonder Fusion. Clear the board, and then you can do your plays to fill the board with basically an OTK.
Or you could just
Hmm.
use the first effect, gain like 3,000 attack points and beat over 2 cards for lethal.
Yeah. It also remember it is very possible to make two Seven's Gears in a turn. The first one to clear
Oh
the
my.
board, the second one you can use the first effect. So it is problematic because even the mirror match is a little bit problematic. Um, because whoever overcommits loses, so you're kind of stuck in this kind of game state where people don't want to put make their full place, but if they do, they lose. So it's
Hmm.
waiting for who has the OTK in the opportune moment first.
That's
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 why I
what
said,
that's what the real game looks like. I'm sure that Konami will implement it in such a way that that doesn't happen.
yeah, it looked like for a little while. Sevens Gears and Wonder Fusion is falling out of favor as we go on.
Well, I mean, it is Konami,
Yeah, but this
which is
this
what I'm
deck
worried
is
about.
this deck is meta 2 years later. This is a meta deck right
Yeah,
now in the real
and
game.
not only that, spellcasters and dragon casters, like in their normal form, is still meta. Not even the fusion version. Like Sevens Gias, Sevens and Dragias age really well because they were really overtuned at the start of the game. So I do recommend going through this box 3 times just to get all those you want.
And then Seven's Road Witch and Mystic Dealer are also still seeing play, aren't they?
Mystic Dealer has been power crept by
Ah,
the other version. I
oh,
forget its name.
Amazing Dealer.
Amazing Dealer, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, Amazing Dealer is I figured that it would run both, but fair enough. But Seven's Road Witch is good because of Master of the Seven's Road, which we're looking at right now. So you're not impressed by Seven's Paladin, that's fine. Master of the Seven's Road, this is a continuous effect. So this is an effect that works even during the opponent's turn, and you don't have to pay any cost for it. Fusion of Seven's Road Witch and Seven's Road Magician. This card gains attack equal to the number of dark spellcasters in your with different names in your graveyard times 300. If you have 7 or more dark attribute spellcaster monsters in your graveyard, this card always inflicts piercing damage.
Oh man,
That
damn.
is a really high attack. Specifically with a deck that if you've been playing Rush even at this state, you know the spellcasters love dumping their entire deck into the graveyard.
Yes, and there are multiple Sevens cards that we haven't gotten yet. So we have Sevens Road Magician and Sevens Road Witch, but we also have Sevens Road Warlock, Sevens Road Sorcerer, Sevens Road Enchanter, Sevens Road Mage, and Sevens Road Wiz, and they are all dark spellcasters that specifically synergize with Sevens Road Magician.
Specifically, the one people that's going to be the most see the most play is the level 4/1 Seven's Road Sorcerer.
Send 3 face-up monsters from your field to the graveyard. Special summon 1 level 7 or lower spellcaster type monster from your graveyard. Then if you special summoned Seven's Road Magician by its effect, you can special summon Seven's Road Witch from your graveyard. So Seven's Road Sorcerer, you trade like any 3 monsters, including itself. You get back both Magician and Witch, and then you can immediately fuse into Master of the Seven's Road.
Not only that, you can still activate Witch's effect if you have a spare Seven's Road in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
Cool.
Sorcerer is being seen play as well. Uh, I'm jumping into actual Rush right now, but Dark Spellcasters had an issue for a long time where they had a lot of support monsters, but very few bosses. The only real boss was Seven's Road. Now we're getting a lot of boss monsters for Dark Spellcasters. So that's going to be exciting, and is starting to see a lot of play because now it has a lot more options.
Yeah, but I want to talk about real quick. Since you literally have only spent the 500 gems, I want to let you know that the bundle is actually worth it too. So Summon Skull
Oh yeah,
is on its own a pretty good card. It's a single tribute and it has the same attack points as Dragius, Dion Keto, and Yami Ruler. But there's an entire Summon Skull archetype.
No way they did that.
Yeah, so take a look. So we have a Class Change Mirror, which requires you to place one other monster from your field on the bottom of the owner's deck, and then you can special Summon Skull from your graveyard. That's a soft once. So as long as you keep Class Change Mirror on the field, you can keep reviving your Summon Skull every single turn.
Hmm.
Um, we have Majin Rai, the Striking Storm, which is if you have a Summon Skull or a face-up level 7 or higher Fiend type normal monster in your field, you can send one normal monster from your hand to the graveyard to burn your opponent for 1300. Um,
Is Burn good? I don't think so. I've been playing the old rules from I learned from well the TCG that shouldn't really be trying to play these burn or health gaining effects. You
okay.
know?
well, because you
Burn,
draw 5 cards every turn,
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of incremental advantage can definitely win the game. That's also why Diankito is so good, because getting those little bit of extra life points can basically make it. If you're only in bronze, it's kind of hard for you to see. But if you watch me or Gold play in Cog, like every turn is just a little bit of exchange of damage. Like usually you're dealing about 2,000 damage each round or something like that, and 1,300 to 2,000 extra damage can basically win you the game in one turn faster.
Normally, if you lose more than 3k in your first turn, it is really hard to come back from because there's going to be an exchange constantly.
And then the other thing
Uh,
is it sends a normal monster from your hand to the graveyard. So you could get value out of that normal monster being in your graveyard, like by reviving it. And we'll get to some of the other cards in just a moment.
yeah, just a comment on the burn comment. Burn decks and stun decks are not really a thing in Rush. They really design around to not have that happen. There have been some stun strategies, but they're not particularly strong by design.
All right, then
That's what
we
I like to hear.
go ahead.
That's what I like to hear. I'm not a big fan of stun and how like that's cuss. That's kind of happens in well kind of speed duels, TCG, OCG,
Hmm.
Master Duel.
Yeah, stun decks
Really
are
cool.
disgusting. Even Sharp is playing stun now. He's got rivalry. He's got summon limit.
Oh, you haven't seen my decks in Gravekeepers.
Yeah, but you're supposed to do that. Hidden
I
Temples of
am.
Necro Valley.
I don't even play Hidden Temples anymore. I am just the toxic.
Okay, so we still got four other summon skull cards. So we have Maiku the Magical Mist, which if you remember the duel with Weevil, you'll remember this card. Um, Destroy all face-up monsters on your opponent's field with defense less than or equal to the attack of a summoned skull or a thunder monster on your field. Your monsters cannot attack this turn. So just Raigeki. And it's a,
Then you can attack.
I mean, you can't attack, but if you couldn't beat over your opponent's monsters, then you weren't going to attack anyway.
Depending on when they release this card, it could be powerful because right now, very few decks have a way of interacting with graveyard to resources. Only maybe like spellcasters have that.
So imagine Yami Ruler, right? One of the plays that you see these days is someone will summon Yami Ruler, activate its effect, and switch to defense. You can't summon anything that's level 7 or higher, so you summon Skull, which has the same defense as Yami Ruler. If you attacked into it, you wouldn't do anything, but if you play Maiku, you get to get rid of it, and by getting rid of it, now you've gotten rid of the effect that prevents you from tribute summoning, so you could summon another big monster and then just pass to your opponent. Yeah, you can't OTK, but that's not the point of Rush. It's not You're not supposed to be able to OTK. Um,
Hmm.
then we have Masenko the Lashing Light. If you have summoned Skull face upon your field, send one Fiend from your hand to the graveyard. Destroy all attack position level 8 or lower monsters on your opponent's field. This turn, your effect monsters cannot attack. There you go. That's an actual Raigeki, and your summoned Skull can still attack directly.
Yeah, I like this one. This one's a good one.
Yeah.
um, then we have Archfiend's Revival. When your Summon Skull or your level 7 or higher Fiend normal monster is destroyed by an opponent's attack, special summon a normal monster from your graveyard to your field. They destroy Summon Skull, you bring it right back. No hard once per turn, so you could set 3 of these.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Hard once per turns are not a thing.
Not a thing, yeah. Then the last card is
So
Myraime the Igniting Inferno. When your opponent normal or special summons a level 6 or higher monster face up and you have a face up summon skull or a level 7 or higher fiend normal monster in the field, you take damage equal to the number of monsters in your opponent's graveyard times 100. Then you shuffle all monsters from your opponent's graveyard into the deck.
That will be brutal for a lot of decks later on.
So basically, like, they don't get to use their graveyard at all. So maybe you take like 500 damage, and by taking that small amount of damage, your opponent loses 5 cards from their graveyard that they could have used for something.
In fact, I forget the name of the card. There is a card that sees a lot of play right now, Rush. That is a trap card. Some starting with an S. That basically its effect is to shuffle cards from the graveyard to back into the deck.
Yeah. But this card, I mean, this card will stop Seven's Wonder Fusion. It'll stop Seven's Robe Magician from gaining any power. It'll stop that Seven Sorcerer card that we saw earlier. It'll stop the Mirror. Summon Skull and not being in the graveyard means that you can't revive it. Um, yeah, just uh, just mess with people's graveyards and prevent them from doing anything. And you can only run one Summon Skull, but with all these cards, it's worth it, I think. So I would definitely encourage you to get the Summon Skull bundle.
I'll probably pick it up.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's really worth it. Like I was saying before, like as a release of a new game, I think they made every single right choice. In terms of card releases, the format, and everything. A lot of people in the subreddit have been saying like, "Oh, it's too unga bunga." Like, yeah, I get it. If you don't like it, just wait a couple of releases.
Mhm.
It's gonna be not as unga bunga.
Yep.
And
We're gonna get some more traps. We're gonna get some more good spells, and it'll
yeah,
be fun.
I think that's the only criticism I can agree with is that in this format, spells and traps are barely worth running. So it is really just monster piles. The format.
All right. Well, Chrome. Let's show him some gameplay. Let's you and me have a quick best of three rush duel then.
Okay, let me
Let's
open
do
the
it.
game. I will say the thing that I was saying before, like just to finish my thoughts from,
Yeah.
I do think it is a mixed release because I don't remember seeing any word release as buggy as this one and as exploitable as this one.
Well,
Oh
they
yeah.
did delay it for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it is, and I don't blame the developers. It's not a complaint against them because they are cramming a whole new game
Hmm.
inside Duel Links. It has its own set of rules, own sets of cards. They had to backtrack and label everything that was in the game before as speed.
Yep.
So that cannot have been easy,
Hmm.
and it feels the burnout of the developers and the programmers can be felt throughout the game. Uh, Stuff like we also seen the Reddit posts, cards being still in Japanese,
Yep.
uh, skills and effects not activating properly, uh, the whole hacking thing. That it was even worse than I thought because uh, some people could bypass the the whole check to see if you're playing the correct format cards, and then if you ran into that deck uh, as a vagabond or in the ladder, you could copy it, and the game wouldn't realize that you were also playing a cheated deck.
All right, Chrome. 155764. Also, you and I aren't friends yet. We should fix that.
We should fix that. I'm just going through all the because I haven't opened Duel Links in a while and through all cutscenes.
Sure, you can see my screen, right?
I
Uh,
could see Master of the Sevens Road.
yeah,
And that's
Oh,
about it.
whoops, my fault.
we're
One
not
second.
seeing Duel Links.
Well, you shouldn't be.
There
Let's see. There we go. Sorry about that.
you go. I have my Duel Links covering the stream.
All right.
Can I play the game now? I, I swear to God, this is so annoying. There you go.
All right. I am not going to play Monster Pile, so you don't either. You play Spellcasters, and I'll play Dragons, and we'll have fun.
Okay, let me swap out because I have me character. Just make sure I have the correct deck.
All right, and Shuri, check this card. This card is called Piercing Dragon Bunker Strike.
Yeah, I like that card's design.
Yeah. This is a Saryuja on normal, and it's free. This is the ranked SR ticket reward.
Sorry, you sure? Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Do you draw cards equal to the number of monsters your opponent controls? So if they have three, you draw three. Then you just choose any three cards from your hand to either put on the top or bottom of your deck.
And it is
cool
only
art. cool effect. I like this cool card. It's
Yep.
It
cool.
is literally the only ticket reward worth getting from Rush right
No, no, the aqua monsters will be useful later when we get big Yumi.
now. I guess that's yeah. I'm just disappointed in.
They had to give us the moon so that they could give us the light monarch skill because there were literally no other light level 5s and 6s in the game. Are you coming or not?
I am. It's just
Are you whatting?
it is a little bit slow on my end. One
All right.
second. Duel Links is being a little difficult for PC.
Mhm.
There we go. Now let's go to the Arena. Duel, and of course, there we go. Enter room. You said the code was
155764.
764. Search. Participate as a member.
Let's see.
There
Okay,
we go.
so
I have the correct
Chrome.
deck.
I can't. I can't add you as a friend. Why can't I add you as a friend from this room? That's such a dumb. Whatever.
Just that you're playing with someone. Of course, you're not friends.
Why would I want to add someone that I added into the room as a friend? Whatever. That would be too convenient of a thing. All right, here we go.
No, correct characters and everything.
Yeah, especially considering the outcome, because Luke always wins.
He does.
Uh-huh. I
All right,
believe in you. I believe in you, Gravekeeper. You got this.
all right. I'm gonna set 3 and pass.
The best play in the game.
Oh, and
Uh,
also, Shuri, Gaia the Fierce Knight and Cursive Dragon are in the card trader, so you can get those for free too.
I've been meaning to get those, but they're in the rotation one, right?
Yeah, they're in the rotation one. That's why you got to keep an eye out.
okay,
Ah.
I'm gonna do a basic pitch play. As my
Okay.
hand is not allowing for some for much else. Summon two spellcasters. Tribute them off.
Tribute summon Dark Magician. Oh no.
He doesn't get a call because he's not a thing. Let's do Thunder the Thunder. Just to start the damage, let's give Dark Magician some piercing.
All right. Well, there's. Let's see if you call the correct target then.
I'm going to call this one.
Oh, that's the correct target. Ow.
Ow! That hurts, yep.
And that's a punch to
And
the face.
All
God
right.
damn.
let's get Thunder to hit this one.
All right. Well, I draw 4 cards. Those are some good cards. Let's see here. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Chrome, but you didn't get both the cards you needed because I have my Sports Dragon pitcher.
Ah, no.
Now I can revive my Sports Dragon Slugger from the graveyard. And then I'm going to tribute them both to tribute summon Piercing Dragon Bunker Strike. Let's draw 2 cards. Ooh, those are some good cards. All right, let's see.
And then you can return to the bottom or top.
Yep, I'm going to return these 2 to the bottom. Then I'll normal summon Sports Dragon Pitcher and I'll tribute it to tribute summon my Gravity Press Dragon.
Ah, yeah, that's the one I was worried about.
And then I activate my skill, Dragonic Resonance. This will give both my dragons 500 attack points until the end of the turn. So your Dark
Oh,
Magician is going bye-bye.
and it raises the level so they can both attack too.
That's right.
Ooh.
Okay, let's draw 5 cards. Okay.
I'm not scared of your Sevens Road. You've only got Dark and Light in the grave. Oh, and Earth.
Uh, I'm going to start by yeah. Let's summon Mystic Dealer. I'll then summon about this a little bit. Yeah, let's do it like this.
Draw first. Draw first, always.
I'm thinking on it. Yeah, why not? I'm thinking on it because there's a couple things extra I could have done, but yeah, no, this is fine. Then I'm going to tribute
Tribute Mystic
Mystic
Dealer.
Dealer
Okay. Ooh, Sevens Road. Oh no. Oh no.
for Seventh Road Witch.
No, come on.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god. And
Oh yeah.
since it's turn 4, he activates Seven's Road Excel, which allows him to give it 800 attack points. Then he gets to return a card from his hand to the deck to draw Seven's Road Magician.
Yep. I'm going to return. Let's return this. Yeah. No, let's because I need to have to discard something. Let's return this card to bring Seventh Road.
All right.
Then I'll activate Seventh Road Witch.
That should be every attribute now. Ah, this is gonna hurt.
Seven.
Okay, okay. He got rid of Excel Wonder Supra, so as long as he doesn't kill me this turn, then he has fewer level 6s in his hand to use his skill again.
Okay.
Yo, kill him.
Let's
At the
see.
end of the turn, I'm going to.
Oh no, he gets to draw a card. Oh, please don't be a level 4. He does.
If
He
level
does not have
4,
lethal right now.
let me return you to Axel that I dumped, and let's return this fire so I keep water in the graveyard. Oh, you lucky bitch!
All right, he didn't get lethal.
Let's go for battle.
Ow. Ow. Okay. All right.
No, end my turn.
Let's see what I got. 3. Okay. I summon Dragorite and Triad Drago. And then I'll tribute my Dragorite to tribute summon Fire Guardian.
Oh!
And then I'll tribute them both. 7 stars collide to burst into a supernova.
Oh no.
I summon Multi-Strike
yeah.
Dragon Dragius.
This is gonna
You're
hurt.
F right now. You're F.
I activate its skill, so now I can destroy both your monsters.
Okay. Please just give me a comeback deck. That will be really appreciated.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You can't use your skill to draw Seven's Road anymore, and Seven's Road Witch will not go up to 2,600 attack points with the skill unless you draw Seven's Road Magician. So you basically have to have Torn of the Windweaver or Excel Wonder Super if you want to beat me.
Okay. Let's try this. To
Literal Mystic Dealer. He's like, hit me.
no.
No? Okay. There's Dark Sorcerer. That's 2 monsters. Ah, I lose. All right, he gets to use his skill, discard, mill a card to give it 200 extra attack points, so he can beat over
Yeah.
Dragius, and that's lethal.
That game?
That is the first game. Yes.
Honestly, the thing that closed the game for me was that piercing at the very start.
Yeah. The Pierce was unstoppable. That extra
Yeah.
2,500 damage for nothing was just lucky on his part. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna quickly put my stuff on here because I did not. I'm supposed to have stuff on here, but I guess I don't. Let's see.
That is the only reason I still run Pierce at 3. Because sometimes it's a brick and something I just discard for other cards.
You run Pierce at 3? Oh.
Yep. Mostly because I'm still missing Kribot. I'm still missing a couple cards I want to add into this. My final version of the deck, I'll probably even drop the Dark Magician.
Mhm.
Drop a Pierce or two and just add the 3 bot.
All right, game 2.
The thing is, I only have 2
Ah,
bot.
shit.
That is not an ideal number.
Yeah, I only have 2 curry bots too right now.
You either run 3 or you just don't run it.
Yep.
Okay, going second for me is good. I like this. Okay. Okay.
All right, set 3 and pass.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to normal summon Fire Golem. Normal summon Dark Sorcerer. Then I'm going to tribute summon.
All right,
Torna.
Torna, and if you use the skill on Torna, he goes up to 2400.
Yep.
But you have to discard a card to do any damage.
And I'm going to write just that. I'm going to discard a Witch. Let's turn this one into attack.
All right, that was the best one. Ow. 1400 is better than 2500, so I'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then you lost a witch, which is huge. That means that you can't draw Seventh Road right now. Oh, that is not good for me. Okay. Well, I'll summon Sports Dragon Pitcher, and I will tribute both these monsters to tribute summon.
Oh no.
Dragius's
Oh.
effect, Double Doom. Destroy
And
both.
the monsters are small. Oh, you're leaving 3 cards in hand. Okay.
And I end my turn.
Oh no. Um. Good game.
That's rough, bro.
Oh no.
Alright, I'll summon Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress, and then tribute it to summon Fire Guardian.
Yeah, that's game. Yep.
Alright, GG!
I drew all the level 6s.
That is the risk of playing Seven's Road Excel. My hand was Dragius, Dragonic Slayer, Dragonic Slayer. So I had 3 sevens in my hand.
Okay. I got lucky with the Pierce in the first duel, and then the second duel I was like, no, you don't get to play now.
Yep, that is
Sit
correct.
down.
Now let's see what happens when I go second.
Will you go second? No.
No? Are you fucking kidding? Ah, fuck this coin. This is the worst
You
part
want to
of Duel
what to the
Links.
coin?
Oh my god. Let's see. Alright. Um Okay, I'll summon 2. And then I'm gonna tribute one of them to tribute summon Gravity Press Dragon, and then I'm gonna tribute both of them to tribute summon Dragonic Slayer.
Okay.
Pass. You don't play Dragius, so putting a monster in attack position doesn't hurt me too much.
This hand. This fucking Okay. I'll summon Mystic Dealer. I'll summon Dark Sorcerer. Tribute both.
Alright, you summon Seven's Road. And you
Road.
do not draw a card, which is absolutely incorrect.
And let's just use the effect.
Sure.
Just so I can this.
Set 2. Set 2. Alright.
Could be literally anything.
It could. Well, I have bad news for you, sir. I drew Sports Dragon Slugger, and I have Sports Dragon Pitcher in my graveyard.
Ah, fuck.
And I'll go ahead and I'll tribute both these monsters to tribute summon my Piercing Dragon Bunker Strike.
Oh no, that's a draw power.
Yep. Let's draw 1. And we will put this card on bottom. Normal summon Dragorite. Normal summon Twin Edge Dragon. How many dragons do I have in my graveyard? I have 6 dragons in my graveyard. Which means that if I use the skill and I do not activate my Twin Edge Dragon's effect, then Phantom Mind does not stop me from destroying your monster in battle. You don't even have Phantom Mind. Okay.
No.
What? Oh, I can't attack. I didn't use the skill on my other monsters by accident. I misclicked. That is okay. All right, so we
Okay.
both took 700.
Okay. This is a hand. I'm going to normal summon Mystic Dealer. Then I'm going to tribute it
This man literally has draw 1, and he just never uses it.
because my
He
hand is good as is.
You just. Alright, fair enough. Alright, so he gets to draw
his
a
name.
second
Yeah.
Seven's Road Magician. He will try and get the win with his second Seven's Road Magician, then I'll just destroy that too.
Let me think. Let me think for a second. And did a little bit of a misplay, but that's fine. I'll activate Seven's Road Witch.
Okay, so Witch goes up to 2,800.
I'm going to pitch this
Or not.
summon. And did a little bit of a misplay. And
Okay.
normal this.
Alright, so that's 5,013. That is not enough.
No, that is I did a little bit of a misplay there, but stuff happens. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Alright.
The only thing that at least keeps me happy is that I have enough attack points in the board that I'm really hard to kill.
Dragonic Pressure.
That is fine.
Alright, I discard 3 and pop your entire board.
Okay.
Then
That one better be really good. Okay. Okay. What do I have in the graveyard? I have every attribute except fire. Okay. I'm going to normal summon Fire Golem.
Okay.
Tribute summon Seven's Road Witch.
You didn't just hard draw your other Seven's Road. That's ridiculous. You've hard drew 2 Seven's Roads in the first.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's such bullshit. All right, special 7/7's Road and then play Pierce. That's game. Fine, whatever.
Yep. And I'm sorry to say it was a double Pierce. It was a very unfortunate first hand for me.
All right, GG.
God dang.
GG.
Okay, so there you go, Shuri. That's what Rush Duels look like.
I see the value in Pierce.
Yeah. No, Pierce won the 2 games that I won there. I won those in the back of Pierce. Let me see. I wanna see if the thing in the boxes reset the paid thing, because I'm willing to pay for 4 packs plus or they did. Okay.
All right, so I searched Chrome and it gives me like infinite Chromes, and they've all not logged in thousands of days.
How? Let me check one. But yeah, basically, this is what Rush Duels look like.
How many Neo Serafis are there? There are no Neo Serafis. Okay, if you search Neo Serafi, you should be able to find me.
I need to go. where is the adding friends in here? There you go. This friends search. There you go. There is literally the one user.
There's only me.
I haven't checked the tag tool.
Okay. All right. So back to let's see. Stop sharing this. Share master of the seven thread. Okay. So all right. Thank you for your initial thoughts, Chrome. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Let's talk about some fun stuff that will be coming. Since I already talked about new cards with Sharp, let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about new characters.
Okay.
So who are we hoping to see from the Sevens anime? Which I have finished, by the way. I just finished the Sevens anime this week.
I still need to actually finish it,
It's
but
really good.
what I watched from it, it is but okay. So the obvious answer for me, and I hope they add him soon-ish, is Nail.
All right. So, Shuri, take a look at Nail's ace monster, which is Yggdrago the Sky Emperor.
Oh, that's a big level 10. Or that's a small looking. Oh, never mind. Now I see the attack. That's huge.
Yes,
Maximum monster.
so it's a maximum monster. So it's level 10. It has 4,000 maximum attack points, and it's a Cybers. Um, and how you maximum summon, right? There are three cards that are called Yggdrago the Sky Emperor. They are all different. You can run 3 copies of each one, and you special summon them all at the same time as one monster if you have at least one copy of each card in your hand. And then they kind of they create full card art. You can see this one is pointing to the left, this one is pointing to the right, and this one is in the middle. And you can see the neck of the left one is right here, so it kind of like blends in together. So
Hmm.
they're one monster with 4,000 attack points and 3 effects. And those 3 effects are: number one, this card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's traps. Number two, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard to destroy one face-up level 8 or lower monster on your opponent's field. And number three, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard to change one defense position monster on your opponent's field to attack position. So you don't need Pierce. You could just change monster to attack position and beat over them.
There you go. In the Guru Hall chat, I'm going to post a picture of the three together so you can have a better idea what it looks like.
No, that's a boss monster. That's a boss monster right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Nail's entire deck is designed to dig for it. So he has, let's see, he has Zeptron. Let's see. Okay, so Atron is the first one. So first he has Fentron, or no, Femtron. Femtron, yes. So Femtron is a level 4 light cyber monster. It does nothing, and then you need to get it in the graveyard somehow. Which thankfully there is a level 5 you can tribute for it. So if you tribute it to summon Peacock Picatron, then if you have no other monsters on your field, you have Femtron in your graveyard. You can send Peacock Picatron to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. Then you mill 2. So first you draw 2 cards. Then you play Atron. And if Atron has no other monsters on the field and Femtron in the graveyard, you can send it to the graveyard to draw 1 card. So you are currently drawing 3 cards. Then Zeptron, if you have no other monsters on your field, you have Femtron and Atron in the graveyard. Send this card from your field to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, then place 2 cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. And finally, we have Yoctron, which requires you to place 1 Femtron, 1 Atron, and 1 Zeptron from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck in any order to send this card from your field to the graveyard, draw 3 cards, and then send 3 cards from your hand to the graveyard. So that's +2, +1, +2, +3. So you've drawn 8 cards 8 cards to
And
try and get your maximum monster.
let's
Uh,
remember that there's definitely going to be some skills associated with this monster.
There are. Then you also have the blessing card. What is it called? Not what is it called?
Like one skill that
Heavenly
is really
Gift. Send any
heavily
number of monsters from your hand to the graveyard. If the total levels of those monsters sent to the graveyard is 10 or higher, you can draw 2. So you discard, let's say that you have 2 copies of Skyper in your hand, you could discard one of them to draw 2 more.
yeah. I do hope that they give us, for instance, a skill that basically, if you reveal 2 pieces of the maximum monster, you can send 1 card from the hand to the deck and get the third piece.
Yep.
For instance, because the problem with maximums in general in the game is that yes, the maximum monsters have some of the biggest attacks and most devastating effects in the game. But if the pieces individually don't do much, they're not played. And even decks with maximums choose to play the individual pieces rather than the maximum monster itself. So I think that problem can be remedied with skills. If you make maximums more consistent, if you make maybe if you have a maximum on the field, some skills pop off to add attack or something. I don't know. That will fix a lot of the issues they have. I think.
Yep. Now, sure, take a look at this card. This is one of the cards that I'm excited for. Check out that art. It's fantastic.
I want
he's such a smug bitch.
Hmm.
Goddamn.
I want this card in the in the TCG, to be honest.
So, Pot of Arrogance. You can't have activated a spell card this turn. You activate, you draw 2, and you cannot activate spells for the rest of the turn. That is such a good card. This is basically Sekka's Light for Rush.
If this card came in right now, it would be absolutely broken.
It would be absolutely broken, but I would run 3 of it, and I wouldn't even care. That'd be the only spell I ran, too.
I think. Speaking of upcoming cards and stuff, I think this card is one of those they have to wait 3 to 4 boxes to bring in, so spells become more of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Same with even if I want Dark Revelation to be in the next box, I think they have to wait like 3 to 4 boxes for it to be healthy.
Yeah, probably. We also have Trade-In, Shuri, which they might
Ooh.
actually give us in Rush. They're never going to give us Trade-In the real game, but imagine getting Trade-In in Rush and running 3 copies of Trade-In. Just this is what the ruler deck needs, because the ruler deck's main benefit is that it runs level 8 monsters instead of level 7 monsters. If they put Trade-In in the next box, that would probably raise the play rate of Gavin significantly.
Also, a little thing I want to point out: not a legend.
Not a legend. Yeah, you can run 3 of these cards.
No. Oh
Um,
my.
let's see. Now let's talk about some good supports that we could get. Oh no, wait, no,
Think of
we're talking about characters. Okay,
character.
so you said Nail. I went over all of Nail's cards. So let me talk about Yosh, because Yosh was shown in the event, and so Yosh is
Hmm.
probably coming next.
Yeah, he's the one that makes sense to be the very next character, specifically because he's an early character. His deck is a fan favorite.
Mhm. All right, so we have Yosh, good Yosh the Overcrusher, and he plays a Beast Warrior deck called Beast Gear World. And Beast Gear World has a field spell called Apocalypse Beast Gear World. And this spell card, while it's face up in the field zone, face up Beast Warrior, Machine, and Fiend monsters on the field gain 300 attack points, and face up dragons, spellcasters, and fairies lose 300 attack points.
So literally, it is a counter to the meta that we have right now.
Mhm. And it would be fantastic if we got this card, especially before we get Roa. I want this card in the game before Roa is in the game.
Yep.
Um, and
Hmm.
we would think his ace monster would be Beast Gear Emperor Catapult Kong. However, Beast Gear Emperor Catapult Kong was in the event character's deck, and he just had a simple cut-in animation for it, not the full screen animation. So this is not his ace monster, which is surprising. But Beast Gear Emperor Catapult Kong, level 7 Dark Beast Warrior, requires you to send up to 2 Beast Warriors other than this card from your field to the graveyard. Then you just get to pop defense position monsters equal to the number of monsters you sent. So if your opponent has 2 set monsters, you can send 2 Beast Warriors from your hand to from your field to the graveyard, destroy them both, then summon 2 more monsters and go face.
Hmm. So pretty good going second because most people set going first.
That's correct, and this is a soft once as well, so you can just keep doing this. If your opponent can't beat over Beast Gear Emperor Catapult Kong, they set monsters. You just keep throwing your Beast Warriors at them and summoning new monsters.
Also, just want to point out, if you haven't noticed yet, his whole deck is Mad Max Monkey. Mad
Yeah,
Max.
yeah. Mad Max Monkeys and Dogs. Like, check out this artwork. Beast Gear Moto Wolf. Just
That's a cool ass dog.
yep. All right. So if
Someone get
his
that dog after. He's looking sick.
yep. So if his ace monster is not Beast Gear Emperor Catapult Kong, then it is most likely going to be Beast Gear King Convoy Lyogan, which is a
What
level
the fuck?
it's a
That is
level
correct.
8 warrior riding a giant monster truck. Um, Send 2 face-up level 4 or lower beast warrior type monsters from your field to the graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the total level of monsters sent to the graveyard to meet the requirement times 100 until the end of this turn. Also, you can only attack with this card. You can only declare attacks on attack position monsters, and this card can attack all of your opponent's attack position monsters once each. So you send 2 level 4s. It gains 800 attack points. You have the field spell. It goes up to 3,400 attack points, and it can beat all of your opponent's monsters down.
For example, if you look at our duels from a couple minutes ago, I had a field with a level 4, a level 6, and a 7's rogue. This card can attack all of them with a really high stat.
Yep, and
It
potentially
is,
just OTK. It's really good.
yeah. If you
Hmm.
end up in a board that is like uh low, a bunch of weenies, this card is just your death.
But he also got some new support. So let's talk about the new support. So we have Apocalypse, the Unstoppable Beast Warrior. If you have Apocalypse Beast Gear World face up on the field, you pay 1,000 life points. Then you special summon 1 Beast Warrior monster from your graveyard face up to your field. If the monster special summoned by this effect attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict piercing.
Hmm.
So yeah, you just
That's good.
You can
yep.
bring back your big boss monsters, activate their effects, and do piercing, which is really good.
Let's
I
see.
think the only thing the deck is missing is some uh, battle position manipulation to be
Battle position
absolutely
manipulation.
busted.
Well, I mean, we have uh what is that card?
Torna?
Darkness Approaches. We have Darkness Approaches in the game already.
Yeah.
All right. They also have their own trap card. Beast Gear Secret Art Primal Fist. When your opponent declares an attack targeting your face-up level 7 to 9 Beast Warrior Fiend or Machine Monster, change the attacking target to face-up defense position. Then, if you changed a Dragon, Spellcaster, or Fairy to defense position by this effect, destroy 1 spell or trap on your opponent's field.
And okay, this is a little bit it's a little bit stronger than it seems. Because remember, Rush, you want to end up in an empty hand. So if you have a spare spell card, you normally want to set it for later.
Mm-hmm.
For example, my piercings. So it's not like super strong, but changing battle position and destroying something is potentially really good.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Hopefully there'll be like a skill that just lets him start with Beast Gear World on the field, or lets him draw it, or something like that.
Oh, what if they give him a skill similar to Gavin's, but that changes the opponent's attack position, monster's position?
I wouldn't want them to do that. I want Gavin's skill to stay the same. They might give us block attack though.
Block attack, yeah, that makes sense.
Um, is block attack? I think block attack is in Rush. Yes. Okay. Yeah, they
It
might give
is.
us block attack. That'd be nice. Um,
Or block defense because for the boss monsters you want to give to make everyone into attack
Attack.
position.
Yeah, for allowing it. Yeah. Then let's see. Roa is definitely going to come at some point, and Roa is my boy.
Rua is the one that plays fiends, right?
Yes. So all of Roa's monsters are demons at a concert. Royal Rebels.
Yeah,
And
they're all based off of different music styles.
yes, and they come with their own trap card, Rebel's Scream, which I will always call Rebel Yell, and I don't care who stops me. Um, uh, Rebel Scream. When your opponent normal summons a monster, you can send 2 fiends from your hand to the graveyard to destroy all face-up level 8 or lower monsters on the field.
What the fuck?
Yep. So it's
What is
literally
this card?
it's just Dark Hole.
Yep. Specifically because the boss monsters that we're playing right now, the strong ones, are level 7, 8 ish.
Mhm.
So they do not fly over this.
Yep. So all you have to do is just hold a couple of fiends back in your hand, and then it's your opponent's turn. You're just like, no, your turn's over. Sorry. And then you go back to your turn, and you just draw 5.
You have to time it correctly, because remember, your opponent can normal summon as many things as they want. But on their third normal summon, you just clear the board, and they're probably not gonna have a comeback for that.
Yeah. Or if they tribute summon a big monster, like if they like for example, if my opponent tribute summons Seven's Road Witch, I'll just pop it off so that I can prevent him from special summoning Seven's Road Magician.
Mm-hmm. Like this card right here, if it comes to the game, and if the deck pops off, this is an excuse to play um, Hammer Crush.
Yep.
You really want to play Hammer. Also, let me point out that Kuribot is a fiend.
Karibot is a fiend,
Hmm.
yes, but Royal Rebels care about normal fiends. They don't care about regular fiends. But yes, it is a fiend. Let's see.
Yeah, I just think that you can use this card to set up your next turn as well. By one of the cards being a Kuribot.
And you might be thinking, oh no, what if I destroy my own monsters with my own trap card? Nope. Royal Rebels Arena. As long as your opponent has at least 2 or more monsters on your field while this card is on the field, face up light attribute fiend monsters on the field cannot be destroyed by traps. So that turns your Rebel Yell into Raigeki instead of Dark Hole.
Also, if this card is in the game by the time Dark Revelation is in, this basically negates it.
Mhm.
Again, I think, okay, thinking about it when you mentioned Roa, I do wish Roa's deck comes to Rush, if only because it will force the beta. If they give him a skill and the support he needs to be really powerful, it will shift the meta into a more spell trap reliant direction and less monster piles.
Roa becomes much more important later on, so he is 100% coming.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then his ace monster is Royal Rebels Heavy Metal, which has a fantastic animation where it just starts doing screamo while it's being summoned. Um, Level 8 Light Fiend, 2500 attack, 0 defense. You can only use this effect during the turn you normal summon this card by tributing a level 5 or higher monster. Choose one face up level 8 or lower monster on the field with the lowest level, destroy it, and then this card gains attack equal to that monster's attack until the end of this turn. So, if your opponent has 7's Road Magician and 7's Road Witch on the field, you will automatically destroy 7's Road Witch, and your Royal Rebels Heavy Metal will gain 1600 attack points until the end of the turn.
And let's not forget, it has 2500 as a base, which is really good.
Yep. And that is just one of the high level monsters that Roa commands. He also has the second one is Royal Rebels Invasion. During the turn, you normal summon this card by tributing 2 level 5 or higher monsters. Destroy all face up level 4 or lower monsters on your opponent's field. So if your opponent just has a bunch of weak monsters, blow them all up.
I gotta say, the names of Roa's main monsters are all fucking fantastic.
Yes, they are. And after we have Invasion, we have Royal Rebels Doom Metal. requires you to tribute 2 level 7 or higher fiend monsters. And its effect is destroy all face-up monsters on the opponent's field, then burn your opponent equal to the total original levels of the monsters destroyed by this effect times 100. And this is not level 8 or lower. So this can destroy maximum monsters, this can destroy fusion monsters.
The only downside to these cards is the high investment of all of them.
Well, yes, but Roa's deck is designed to get around that. So you might think, oh wow, 2 level 7s? How am I going to do that? How would I ever? Oh, I have Royal Rebels Break. My opponent has a face-up level 8 or higher monster on the field. I can special summon a level 5 or higher fiend in my from my hand to the field, and then increase this card's level by 5 until the end of this turn. So this card becomes level 7. I
Fair point.
special summon a level 7, then I tribute them both.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. We also have Royal Rebels No Wave, which is a level 7 normal monster, and that means that it combines with all of the Summon Skull effects, because it's a level 7 Fiend normal monster. Um, and there is a revive. Yes, Royal Rebels Phaser. If you have a face-up level 7 or higher Fiend-type monster in your field, send this card to the graveyard to special summon a level 7 or higher Fiend-type monster from your graveyard to your field in defense position. So yeah,
That is really good.
there are a lot of options to just special summon or increase the level of your monsters so that you can get the tributes that you need. And then the last boss monster for Roa is Royal Rebels Hard Rock. You have to tribute 2 level 7 or higher monsters. Choose one face-up level 7 or higher monster on your opponent's field. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between that monster's attack and this monster's attack, and then it steals all of their attack points. So, for example, if my opponent has a Yggdrago the Sky Emperor out, Royal Rebels Hard Rock will burn my opponent for 1,500 damage because 4,000 minus 2,500 is 1,500. Then Royal Rebels Hard Rock will gain 4,000 attack points until the end of the turn.
That is just fantastic,
Yes.
to be honest.
Mm-hmm. So essentially, when you combine the two effects, because you burn for the difference, then you gain attack points equal to the attack points. So you basically, your monster gets to attack directly. It's basically that you force your opponent's monster to attack them directly. Because 4,000 attack points, burn for 1,500. I have 6,500. Attack over for 2,500. That's a total of 4,000. So it's like summoning Hard Rock, destroyed Yggdrago, and also burn my opponent for Yggdrago's attack points. So it's like, it's basically Ring of Destruction.
Oh, that's good. That's a good.
Yes.
Goddamn.
It is. Now, um, I don't know how it works if they have less attack points than Royal Rebels Hard Rock. I think it works the same. So, like, if my opponent has Gaia the Fierce Knight, I think I still deal 200 damage and I gain 2,300 attack points, but I'm not sure.
I cannot help you with that. I don't remember either. But
Yeah.
I can see this, like, again, with the help for some skills, this deck can run the Yosh field spell because they're all fiends.
Yep.
They gain the attack, the 300 attack, and it debuffs dragons and spellcasters.
But
So dragon
you don't
counters.
want to run the Yoshfield spell because you have your Royal Rebels Arena.
Oh yeah, you have yeah.
So we'll see if you get Royal Rebels Arena for starters. If you don't, then of course we'll run Apocalypse Obscure World. But if they give us Royal Rebels Arena to start with, then yes, we want to stop Rebels Yell from destroying our own cards. Um,
Yep.
let's see. Other cards we have Royal Rebels Growl, which during the turn you normal summon this card by attributing a level 5 or higher. This is only level 5, so you can mill one, and then one face-up level 8 or lower monster on your opponent's field loses attack equal to its level times 200 until the end of the turn. So if your opponent has 7's Red Magician, it loses 1,400 attack points. It goes down to 700. And importantly, this does not discard a card from your hand, so it is significantly better than a card like Torn of the Wind Weaver or Gravity Press Dragon. That's raw.
That's
Um, let's
Roa
see.
is gonna be fun. It's I think Roa, I think Neil, Yosh, and I can't really think right now which other character would come almost immediately. There is an argument for Otis. Otis?
And Otis is gonna be last
But yeah, I think he's either going to be very, very last.
because he's the final boss.
Yeah, I can see that.
Um, then let's see. Yeah. Okay. I think that's enough for right now, Chrome. Thank you very much for coming by, Shuri. I appreciate having you on the channel, and I'll go ahead and shut this off, and then we can have some real duels. All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Uh, everyone, thank you very much for joining me. This is Serafi. I was thrilled to have you all with me.